All right, we're talking about perspective this month in advance. Our psychology article is entitled A Matter of Perspective. We have David Morton here. He's a man with perspective, right?
So good to be here on the show.
Here to give us his insights on this. We're talking about emotions, which can be a tricky thing, right, David?
Absolutely.
So do you find it difficult to really interpret your emotions from time to time?
I do. There are definitely times where I know I feel something, but I'm not really sure what the mixture of emotions is.
Right. I've even seen a chart, right? That
Yeah.
counselor gave me. Like you can point to the emotion that you're feeling and helps you to kind of figure that out. It's so simple, right? But it's not.
It's not simple.
Well, what do you do in order to try and interpret those emotions?
Well, a lot of times the thing that I need to do first is to stop and pray. That clears my head, and helps me kind of take my mind off of myself for a second. Maybe take a moment to think about some things that I'm thankful for, just to take my focus off of myself so that I can kind of think a little bit more clearly.
Yeah, sometimes we have to get outside of our own heads, right?
Exactly.
That's why it's good to talk to people. They can be a sounding board of sorts, right? To
Right.
listen to us, and that's great. Well, what do you think, or do you think there's a danger in chasing achievement? We also talk about this in our psychology article. The idea of chasing achievement, we normally think maybe is a good thing, but are there some dangers involved with that?
Yeah, I think that there are. I think we can sort of make achievement like the most important things in our lives, right? And that can lead to that can just lead to a life of discontent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a real tragedy. It makes it impossible for you to really appreciate the people and the things around you.
Yeah, it's never enough, right? You always
Right.
want more. It's good to accomplish things, but if your sole purpose in life is to just achieve, well, I think we're missing the point, the real meaning of life.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Achieve what, right?
Right. Well, what helps you, David, to just live in the present?
Something that actually helps me a lot is to just be thankful. Like, it's a simple thing, but just focusing on things that I feel grateful for helps me to notice all the things that are around me.
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of times if I'm not focusing on the present, I'm thinking of something I want to do or regretting something that I did, right? But if I just have a thankful heart and think of some things that I'm thankful for, that actually really helps me to live in the moment and just be where I am.
Well, David, before we go, I want to discuss one quote from the article by Brene Brown, and she's someone who we've heard from several times in advance. But she says, "Don't be so busy chasing extraordinary that you miss ordinary." What do you think about that?
I think it's great. I totally agree. I think that we often miss out on the beautiful, ordinary things that are part of our daily lives because we're always waiting for the next big thing. Social media doesn't help, right? Because we're always seeing, oh, Instagram, this person's in Spain, yada, yada, right? But I think appreciating the ordinary can be one of the most important steps towards living a more fulfilled life.
I agree. Well, we hope that you take a look at this psychology article and stop and reflect on your own life and what changes that maybe you need to make, and to just really try to enjoy each day as it comes and not get lost in thinking about the past and also too focused on the future. Thanks for joining us for this segment of Insights. Thank you, David, as well. We'll see you next time.